Got the dang circle in my eye, man. I got the shining gun in my eye. I'm trying to. That's a little dark. That light though, it's in the wrong spot, man. What if I do this? Mm, 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 Maybe if I bring it right here. I always have trouble setting this light up, man. Um, all right, whatever. Y'all gonna see the little ring in my eye, unfortunately, because I can't get this set up, man. Or I'll just take the glasses off for now, unless somebody's commenting. Let's see. Zach, what's up, bro? Yes, man. Thank you for being on here, man. Freaking legendary, bro. This man is legendary, and he is part of the reason why I came up with this topic, y'all. Man, Zach, man, how did we cross timelines, man? Oh goodness, y'all. These are wonderful times. All right, they're wonderful times if you go into that realm of thinking. If you are in the pursuit of legendary, then these are legendary times, and that's why that's exactly what this is. Yeah, it's very interesting, man. Very, very interesting. But before we begin, y'all already know. Welcome to the stage of history. I am your illustrious host, Kevin Uncanny Anytime. Man, feeling it, y'all. Feeling it today. I was actually feeling it a little too much today on the basketball court, man. So it's like I felt great when I woke up this morning. I'm like, yes. Oh, yes. And I'm thinking in my head, today's going to be freaking phenomenal. But here's what also happens. Here's what also happens that a lot of people don't talk about. Sometimes you have really high powered energy and you gotta scale it down a couple notches. So what I was doing was I was shooting too hard because I had an abundance of energy. So then it took like focus and concentration for me to be like, okay, wait, I gotta dial it down just a little bit to get the shot right. Right? Oof, man, that's some mental kung fu for you. Because you might feel like that, and then you go into your work or whatever the case may be, and you're all excited and blah blah blah, and then somebody's like, "That's stupid," or blah blah blah, and then it's like, oh, and that can kind of make you burst out and be like, "What, you stupid," and blah blah blah, and sometimes that's because you got too much energy. Because there are certain instances where you'll be like, man, they don't know what they're talking about. And you just leave it because one, you don't have the energy to put into it. But if you have more than than enough energy, you're gonna lash back out, right? So that's when you gotta use that concentrated focus, right? That focused thought, the concentrated strength, and be like, let me dial it back a little bit so that this is a nice blend of energy. And that's what I was working on. Goodness, it took me a while. It took me the whole hour again. I barely got to get in my strength training. Today was mostly core, but I was like, come on, Kev. I literally was saying that as I'm out on the court. I'm shooting, I'm missing. I'm like, come on, Kev. I'm like, we're not leaving until we till we get the shots. A few times, or the majority of the time, I'm able to finish and have like 10 to 15 minutes to do my strength training. But yeah, so those are little things that I do, but that ties into what I'm talking about today. It ties into what I'm talking about today, and that's why the topic is what it is. What is seen as easy can be found as difficult. That's just a legendary quote in itself. All right, that's just a legendary quote within itself. I'm telling you, what is seen as easy can be found as difficult. That's like old kung fu master stuff right there, dude. All right, so let me explain what that is, because man, when I thought of it, I was like, yo, that is, you could write a book about that or something, man, or come out with a movie that has that title, or I don't know. It just sounds right. It just sounds dope to me, right? Here's why, okay? Because it's like a quadruple metaphor in itself, just that phrase itself, okay? But I'm gonna cover three things. I'm not even gonna go into how deep of the depths of the ocean that goes into. Okay, the ocean of thought, of thinking in the quantum field. All right, because a lot of the stuff, if I go into those type of realms, it's just like for a lot. So I'm trying to bring it down a couple of notches, right? And that's not to say I'm really, really, really serious about this stuff. It's not to say anything about myself. It just is what it is, man. I go subatomic with this stuff. It's not a game. All right, it's not a game. So anyway, um, initially, Zach going through the Mindset Matters Institute um, came up with a came up to a particular point in the training where I believe it was the concentrated strength when you did this. You took the concept of it, right? Because there's a base concept of all of these things, but what he did was he enhanced it himself. He enhanced it himself without having to have the direction of saying, hey, try this, right? That's when you know you're going deep. That's when you know you're starting to go quantum, is because you start finding ways to make it more difficult for you. So even though it's like, okay, on the surface level, it's like, yeah, okay, so I'm doing the concentrated strength. I'm staring at an object. I'm doing about 5 minutes. Easy work. I'm just getting through it. I'm blowing through it. Yeah. That's like sometimes at work, y'all. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm blowing through it. I'm blowing through this work. It's too easy. But then that's when you get really bored. That's when you get really complacent. That's when you start finding stuff wrong with stuff for no reason. Right. Or that's when you start feeling like, this dead end job, blah, blah, blah. Right. But what Zach decided to do, and also Vic just did, Superman. We got Superman in the building, y'all. But this is what Zach decided to do. He was like, okay, so this time I decided to concentrate on an object while I was, with I believe he said when he was with his spouse and the TV was on. Now that's when it's gonna test you, right? I could sit here in the quiet in my own space and just stare at an object for 5 minutes. Easy. What is seen as easy can be found as difficult. It's hitting you now, ain't it? It's hitting you now, ain't it? Okay, so look. So here's what he did. He used the TV, a distraction right in the middle of the process of doing the concentrated strength assessment. See, y'all think I just got the assessment. It's like, oh, just have a staring contest with yourself. Oh, that's silly. Yeah, Mr. Miyagi, paint the house, paint the fence. Oh, that's silly. I bet it was until he started using it. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It don't matter what it is, y'all. It don't matter what it is. That was a fictional story. The lesson is still there. What is seen as easy can be found as difficult, man. Look, I'm telling you, you start going into this realm, you have no idea. That's why it's subatomic, man, because you can't see this. You can't see this. You gotta really be looking to enhance. You gotta really be searching to go further, to find that. So you can find the difficulty in it, right? That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So that's just a small portion of introducing what I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay, because that's what it's about. He found a way to make the basic foundation of things, right? Just like when it's like, why read the book over and over again? Why read the Bible over and over again? Because you're going to find something else. You're going to find something else in there. If you're really looking for the gems, you're going to find it. And you're going to be like, wait a minute. This has deeper meaning than the last time I read it. Why? Because that's how we work, y'all. That is how we work. You got to understand that. And if you don't understand that, you'll be in a loop. And you won't even see the loop. You won't even see the loop. But you'll be in one, right? But when you start to break out of the loop, is when you start spotting wait a minute. Oh, that's what that means. A lot of y'all have said that before. Anybody watching this, I'm sure you've said that before, like, oh, that's what that means, right? Because anybody watching this, the people I'm attracting are legendary. The people I'm attracting are legendary, and that's why I didn't get hung up on numbers after a while. You know, years ago, it was like the views and this, that, and the other, and I was like, wait a minute, if I'm trying to attract people that are like me, they on some deep stuff. They on some real deep introspective type of stuff. And you ain't gonna find a bunch of people like that. Just like I know you ain't gonna find a me. You ain't gonna find a me unless I present myself out there. Otherwise, I'm in the training. I'm in Batcave. I'm in the hyperbolic time chamber. I'm somewhere you can't see me, and I'm training until I come out. And then it's like, wait, what, who is that? Where they come from? It's like, yeah, I've been in the lab. I've been in the lab training. Okay. And that's what a lot of you are. A lot of you are like in like a hermit mode. And that's because you just ain't got time for the nonsense. You ain't got time for the goofy stuff. You ain't got time for the negativity. You ain't got time for the same old conversations. Who died or who says stupid stuff to who, and look at this, look at these bum fights or whatever the case may be. You ain't got time for it. You like, nope, I ain't even finna be around it. I ain't trying to see it. I ain't trying to hear it. Right? But there's an elite group, y'all, that is being formed right now, right this very minute. There's an elite group being formed in the Mindset Matters Institute, y'all. A group of legends. I'm telling you, it's if open enrollment, y'all. Open enrollment is the 25th through the 29th. I'm telling you, if you want to actually witness what I'm talking about, jump in. Jump in, man. Cause it's Zach is freaking legendary. Superman is legendary. Victor, Jenna is legendary. Figs is legendary, right? It's man. Chris is legendary, y'all. Chris is legendary, y'all. It's going all the way up. Pratch. Ooh, I just met Pratch. Young, 22. On the ready. I saw it right away. Messaged her like, "Hey, you on something different. I see you on something different. Who you know that young right now talking about climate change, talking about the earth?" And I'm like, "Oh, we vibing. Let me reach out to you." And that energy, that those goosebumps. She responded, "Oh yeah, let's do the interview. It's all good. Let's do it." I'm like, "Oh, I'm starting to understand the quantum field a little bit more now. A little bit more now. I am. Chris said it before. I'm in here like Morpheus, y'all. I'm looking for the one. And all of y'all are the one. All of y'all identify with the character of Neo. You got to understand that. I just understand it from a broad perspective, and I'm like, yup. And I'm gonna show you. You're faster than this. Don't think you are. Know you are. Morpheus. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Hold on. Morpheus is on something here. Time out. Do you think that's air you're breathing now? The first time I heard that, I applied it immediately to basketball. I'm like, yep, nope, there is no breath. There's no stamina. I'm unlimited out here. And forcing that thought in game moments made me seem like I was unlimited. Like I didn't get tired. Interesting. Really interesting. I mean, I could show you better than I could tell you though. I mean, and that's real talk. Anybody want to come see me in real time? I invite you to. I will not back down. I will not shy away from it. I'm dead serious. Okay? Because I'm not just up here talking good game, y'all. That's not what this is about. I'm not just up here talking good game. I'm literally freeing minds on a serious tip. This is not a game to me. Because once I started to see, I was like, oh my goodness, you can explode into massive change. and doing that for other human beings who have different superpowers than I do. Oh, I want to see that. I want to see that. Yeah, I'm fascinated with that. I'm fascinated with different art. I'm fascinated with different people's abilities. I'm fascinated with it. Fascinated. That was one of the main reasons why I enjoyed watching Michael Jordan, is because he made me believe super was real. He made me believe it. I was like, wait a minute, this dude's real. This ain't no TV show. This is a real person out here doing this. What is going on here? What does this mean? For me, it was like, it's possible. It's possible. So I dive into the possibilities of things like never before. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable with that. So anyway, not to get sidetracked. All right. What's seen as easy can be found as difficult. So I explained to y'all, Zach's what do you call that? His situation, what he decided to do, right? But then you got Vic. Vic was like, "Yo, I'm going through the back to center over again." Who does that? I didn't tell him to do that. I didn't tell him to do that. He just was like, "Nah, it's something with that. I'm going through it again." He going subatomic, man. He going. I'm like, oh, I felt it. I was like, he's beginning to believe. He's beginning to believe, man. Because once you start really tapping into yourself, once you start really tapping into yourself, oh man, oh man, it's a completely different feeling. I'm telling you, it's a completely different feeling. And that's what I want y'all to feel, because that's what I ended up going through. The 4 meditation practices I have you go through in the Institute to get you started, it's going to help you to tune in real quick. And you're going to be like, wait a minute, dude. But that's only if you're really looking for it, though. It's only if you're really looking for it, though. It's not just going to show up. And I'm like, the kingdom of God is in your midst. And he said, it's not going to be out there where they'll say, see here or see there. It's not easily visible. That's what Jesus said. Very interesting. Very interesting. The kingdom of God is in your midst. And then I look up what midst, the definition of it. And one of the definitions is inside. Inside you. I'm like, wait, what? Okay, more. I gotta learn more. I gotta learn more. There's just, oh man, I'm freaking enthralled by things like that. Okay, that's why I love quotes and stuff like this so much. That's why this quote is, man, what is seen as easy can be found. What is seen as easy can be found as difficult. Y'all, what? That came out of the quantum field. I was like, yo, that quote, wait a second. Hold on, let me use that right away. It wasn't mine. It was on that highway. It was on that highway of information. I just got to the frequency where I tuned into it. Like, oh yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So let's talk about 3 different ways that you can apply this. Okay, real quick. Food. Food can be seen as easy, but can be found as difficult. You think about food. Some people like myself, right? I'm not a big foodie person, right? Food is just fuel to me, and that's something that I programmed over time, right? Because as a kid, I used to play video games all day, and I didn't want to eat. And my mom would be yelling from upstairs, like, "Kevin, come eat this food!" And I'd be like, "Ah!" No, it was like a nuisance to me to eat because I was so fascinated with the video game. I was working on my mind so much, trying to figure stuff out, that food just was almost irrelevant to me. However, there's a totally different paradigm for a totally different individual that is like, yo, food was my comfort. Yo, food helped me to cope. So I know how to mix the flavors. I know how to do the different things and make it taste real good, with the seasonings, and I can taste it. It's nothing wrong with that either, y'all. That's another superpower that they just decided to tap into, right? You just got to learn to control it because it can get crazy. It can be very addictive, right? What's seen as easy can be found as difficult, y'all. If there's any of these lives that you ever grasp onto, it better be this one, right? I'm talking about save this one. Save this one straight up, like dead serious. Because this, I was like, yo, this is okay. Okay, Kev, this is good. This is good information, man. Give it to him. Give it to him. So that's one example, right? The food. It's like, yeah, well, hey, in one paradigm, I just continuously was like, no, I don't want food. 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 And then eventually, I just didn't care about it. It's like now it's like it's kind of like a nuisance to me. I'm just like, oh, I gotta eat, dude. Like, come on, man. Wish I was a robot. Wish I was just programmed. Like, nope, don't need it, don't want it, don't have to do it. It wastes time to me. But that doesn't mean anything. It's simply just how I programmed myself. It's no better, it's no worse, it's no nothing. It's just simply how I programmed myself, right? And again, on the opposite spectrum, there's somebody who programmed themselves differently, who said, no, this is something that I'm going to use to calm me down, to settle me, to make me feel better, to whatever the case may be, right? To cope. And there's nothing really wrong with that. It's just when it goes too far, that's when it becomes a problem. That's when it truly becomes a problem. And you got to figure out, okay, what's too far? You got to start dialing in like, okay, well, no, no. Had like 7 cookies. No, no, no. Let me, let me dial it back. And I'll be doing that, y'all, straight up. The other day, like the Monday and Tuesday, man. Or wait, today's Tuesday. So last week, Monday and Tuesday, I had diarrhea. Why? Because I freaking ate like 5 cookies. I had some ice cream. I was eating up some stuff like crazy. I was just going crazy. I was freaking going crazy. It was tasting so good, right? I normally don't really care about flavors and tastes and stuff like that. It just doesn't excite me. But when I dive into it, though, oh yeah, it's on and popping. I had everything I can think of. I was eating like, yep, this tastes good. Sugar rush, let's go. And then my body was like, yo, we trying to process all this. Okay, hold on, you ain't, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're doing. So we finna shut this down. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, my bad, forgot. Let me chill out, right? So just think about that. So then, okay, so then the second thing, working out, right? I programmed over time. I was not a workout person, and I'm still really not. To be honest with you, I'm still really not a workout person. You know, working at 3T, it was like it just became a thing. It was routine, built the habit. Boom, it's like let's do it. So now I get up. It's part of something that I'm like, yo, you got to do this. You got to do this. You got to get up. You got to go work out. But now I get to choose what type of workout I want. So I get up and I go play ball like I used to because that's what made me feel legendary. That's what made me feel uncanny is playing basketball because the different focuses, the different programming that you can do with that, dribbling backwards, I'm stretching my brain on all different type of spectrums. I'm like hit 4 shots in a row before you move along, and you must do it. And you must do it, Kev. Before you leave this gym, you're gonna hit 4 straight on from each parts of the arc. Yeah. Stretching the mind and the body. That's the mind-body connection. When you like, yo, we gotta work together on this. Let's do this. Because the body can go wild on you. The body sometimes when you program it so much on both ends too, it can be like, no, we don't need food. But it's like, hey, you come on, you do need food at a certain point. Don't do it. I remember it was a time where when I first started the entrepreneur game, like 5 years ago, right? I'm doing Postmates, Uber. I'm waking up early, trying to do all of this stuff. I forgot to eat for 2 days. I forgot to eat for 2 days. The days just ran together. I was doing so much. I was having to pick up my son, trying to spend time with him, do all of this stuff. I had no idea. 2 days went by. Third day, I'm like, wait, I haven't ate? Ugh, what is going on? Okay, let me go eat something. Go get some Chick-fil-A. I'm literally driving, throw up all over my car. throw up all over the car, y'all. Literally in mid driving, I had to pull over, all over my steering wheel, all over my jacket, all of everything. I'm like, what? I'll one day I'll post it in my. I'm sure I think I put it on Facebook if my Facebook memories come back around, dude. I was like, what? What happened? And because I didn't even know at first, and I had to think. I'm like, I ain't ate in 2 days. I ain't ate in 2 days. Kev, what is going on here, man? What are you doing? What are you doing? I ate the Chick-fil-A like it was normal. Like, yep, I'm just maxing some chicken, some grilled chicken nuggets. Oh man. But anyway, the working out thing, right? The working out. If you program it, if you program it, you like, yo, work out, work out, work out, work out. It becomes a program. But hey, what's seen as easy, because to me, I'm like, of course I'm gonna get up and go work out, right? What's seen as easy can be found as difficult because somebody could look at that and be like, I don't know how you wake up and go work out. Totally different spectrum, right? From the first example that I gave. Now it's a totally different spectrum. Now you finding the difficulty out of something that you might need. Why? Because you want to find the difficulty in it. I don't know how you get up and go work out every morning. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Right? That's because you're telling yourself that. That's really just that simple. It's just because you're telling yourself that. But if you be like, no, I get up all the time. This is what I do. I work out. You can all of a sudden switch like a light. Do you know you have that possibility within you? Did you know that? And now you can sit here and be like, no. And then, okay, and then that's what it is. I'm dead serious because I've done this. I've done this. Years ago, back in like, I remember when it was back in 2008. I was going through some real crazy spiritual stuff, right? Spiritual awakenings to where I was like, it was some tripped out stuff. I'm not even gonna go that deep yet because y'all ain't ready for that. But look, um, I cut off because I wanted to. First of all, when I really want to see how far I can go with something, oh, I go in. I go all the way in, right? So it got to a point where I was smoking. I'm smoking weed for, I'm talking about every single day. Back in '08, it was like every day. It was every day, at least a couple blunts a day, every single day, right? And I was just like, man, it gets to the point where your tolerance is just it doesn't really do anything. And I wasn't getting mentally stimulated like I used to where I could tune into things real far and really learn into stuff. So I was just like, this is not serving any purpose for me no more. And I was like, you know what? I feel like I kind of need this. And why is that? Huh. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to cut it off. I'm done. Then right away, I'm tested. My cousin come through. Hey, what up, Kev? Cousin, I ain't seen in a long time. Hey, what's up, Kev? Come on, man. What's going on? Come outside with me. Let's talk real quick. We talk, we chop it up. We talking for a minute. He like, hey, yo, I got this. Come on, we finna. Right away, y'all. Right away. This has happened to me multiple times. Right away. It's like, come on, Kev, what you got? I was like, am I tripping? Am I tripping? Because I'm not high right now. Am I tripping right now? Because I literally just made the commitment. I made a pact with myself in my own head not to do this. And a situation presents itself immediately. And it's somebody that I haven't seen in a long time. Why? Because that was probably the easiest person to bring up. The devil was like, yo, nope, we gotta get him right back in the game. Because he trying to figure out how much power he got inside of him. We don't want, I ain't trying to have that. So it's like, yo, let's pull a dude and let's bring him here. Because what did he come over for? I don't even know. I don't know what he came over for because he didn't come over. He never came over. I saw him like once a year. It's wild. I'm like, what is going on? And that's when I really started realizing, like, nah, this is the Matrix. This is the Matrix, dude. I start seeing the code right then and there. And I was like, no. I was like, no, I'm good. He was like, come on, man. Like, what? What you talking about? I'm like, I'm good, dog. Like, I'm good. I'm over that. And just went for like, I don't know, a few years. Just was like done. That's how I know you can do it, because I did it. It was a decision. It was simply a decision. I was fed up. I was just tired of it. And when you're fed up and you're tired of it, you will change. You will change. That's how it go, y'all. That's part of our superpowers. It's like, no, decisions, decision making. All right, so the third one I already kind of touched, y'all. The third one, y'all, is the Mr. Miyagi man. What's seen as easy can be found as difficult. So that's the example right there, y'all. I don't care. I told y'all I don't care if I see a cartoon and I find a gem out of it. Oh yeah, I'm applying it to my life immediately to test it out. Dead serious with this stuff, because I start seeing the code. I'm like, oh yeah, no, this is what they mean when they say God is everywhere and everything, because the messages are clear. So to Mr. Miyagi, he like, all right, I want you to wax the car, because then the Karate Kid wanted to learn kung fu. He want to learn kung fu so bad. He want to learn kung fu so bad. He like, all right. Dude, bring him over. He like, all right, cool. He like, so what we gonna do? What we got? What we gonna have to do? What you gonna have me do first? He like, he like, all right, wax my car, man. Go wax my car. So you going through the movie, man. Imagine people seeing this for the first time too, man. And I don't know if people grasp the concept like I did, because I just watched it and I'm like, what's seen as easy can be found as difficult. He like, I know how to wax a car. Come on, man. What, you need to do this? He like, yeah, go like this and then go like this, right? And dude's like, come on, man, with this. Come on, I come to learn kung fu. You do this, but that ain't even the end of it. Cause then he's stretching your patience out. Then he like, okay, hold on. And again, this is you. This is you. You're the main character. You're Danielson. All right. You got to dive into that character, send yourself through the portal and become him and identify and be like, oh, okay. So now he telling me to do this. Okay. So what is this doing for me? You got to search into it, look into it. Mindset Matters Institute, y'all. The elements of life. This is the Mr. Miyagi effect, man. If you going through it and you think it's easy and it's just like blah blah blah, then that's what it's gonna be. But otherwise, when the tournament come, when it's time for you to be tested, and you back to center, you focus thought, you concentrated strength, you stillness, and you activate it. Oh man, you're gonna be like, wait a minute, this stuff works. Wait a minute, this stuff works. Because what happened? He go to the tournament. He like, Danielson, paint the fence. He blocking shots. Right? I'm telling you, man. That's what it's like. Oh man, this is what this is about. That's why I started claiming subatomic, because you can't see that. You gotta, that's like levels deep into that whole, like, it's not just a movie. It's not just a movie. If you look at the credits, look at how many minds collectively are are fueling that idea. Yeah, it's not just a movie. They call it that, but I start seeing way deeper into it. I start seeing way deeper into it, especially when I start making my own show. I start creating my own show, The Uncanny Chronicles, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is deep. This is deep. Then I start really seeing into the technology of like what the news is doing to you, what different influencers are doing to you. I got 3 ways to blah, blah, blah. I got 2 ways to blah, blah, blah. It's like I kind of do that sometimes. I don't really like doing it. But it's like, come with a hook, come with this, come with that. It's like, I'm coming like me. I'm coming like me. I don't need to try to hook you. If you listen, you gonna see what I'm talking about. You gonna understand what I'm talking about. And if you apply what I'm talking about, you're going to go through the process that I went through to make me start seeing all of this stuff, y'all. And it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life, man. It ain't got nothing to do with trying to sell you nothing. I ain't got to sell you nothing. I ain't got to make no funnels. And I stand on that. I got a page that say, yo, this is what we about. Jump in if you want to jump in. And hey, that might be bad business. That might be bad business, but that's how I'm going out. I'm going out legendary. I'm going out legendary. Like, yo, nah, I'm coming to you 100. This is what you getting. And if you want to jump in, jump in. And then when you jump in, you might be a little jaded. Like, wait, man, what? This is kind of easy, man. Okay. Go through the whole thing though. Just make sure you go through the whole thing. Just make sure you go through the whole thing. And just apply yourself to it. Just really apply yourself to it and see what's up. All right. So what can be seen as easy? So if you ever say that, oh, this is easy, try and make it more difficult. That I told you I went through that training with the video games, man. I hated getting beat. I hate losing. I really do. I despise it with a vengeance. I despise losing, y'all. But I'm also enthralled by it at the same time because it tells me how much work I need to do. And it forces me to work like a crazy person to get better, to make sure that I triumph over that. Right? I'm wild with it. I'll be like, great game. I'll be super happy. Like, great game. And then I'm in the lab after that. I'm like, okay, nope. Now here's what I'm finna do. Here's the areas that I was lacking in. So my dribbling wasn't good. I'm finna hone in on that. My shooting wasn't good. I'm finna shoot 100 shots today. Like, yep, dead serious. Dead serious. That's how I go about stuff. So I'm encouraging you guys to think about this quote. Okay? Really think about this quote and try and find out the different areas of your life that can be applied to. If you ever say, "Oh, this is easy, man." Oh, that's easy. Try and find a way to make it difficult and see how that changes you. Cuz it's going to change you like crazy. It's easy to be presented with, hey, here's a foundation, here's this, just do this. Just do this, okay? And then it's like, oh, okay, yep, do that. Oh, done. Yes, I'm amazing. It's like, all right, do it again. And then 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 try and make it more difficult. And then try and make it more difficult. Try and find a way to make it more difficult for yourself. And I'm telling you, you're going to be like, wait, what? Wait a minute. Your awareness expands exponentially. Exponentially. And I don't know. I guess that's just part of what my purpose is. Helping the world to find its purpose. And one of the very first things that you need to do is figure out who you are, why you're here, and what are your possibilities. All right. So anyway, man, I got some great stuff lined up for you guys later on, and I went for a while. Let me see. I can't see. Let me see some of these comments. I got look out for the interview that I did with Bukola Shomade, y'all, who created Xiaomi. All right, it's pronounced Xiaomi, the computer science doll. Man, she's a computer scientist. Our fun and innovative computer science educational products are here to ensure that every child in underserved communities are equipped with the knowledge they need to thrive in this fast-paced digital age. Xiaomi is the first interactive computer science educational doll that inspires, educates, and boosts the confidence of children everywhere. Hey, Stuff like this made me want to cry. She's legendary. All right. Scan this. All right. And then if you need to go back and pause the video and do that, scan this, y'all. Okay. Cause Bukola is light years ahead of her time, y'all. And I told her that. I'm like, dog, people ain't gonna get this. I'm like, people ain't gonna get that. You in the future. Do you know how far in the future you are? I'm like, my God, do you see this? Do you see this? This doll talks, is interactive, and she's a computer scientist. I'm keeping this, yo. I'm keeping like the geeks with the action figures, man. Knowing that this is gonna be worth, y'all don't even know, man. 20 years, y'all. This is like 20 years into the future, man. I told y'all I love Back to the Future. You want to know why? It's because now I can see it. When I see it, I grab onto it. Okay? When I see it, I grab onto it, y'all. And this, Xiaomi, pronounced Xiaomi, and her name is Bukola Shomade. She the Xiaomi, the S, it's Nigerian, so their S has a SH sound. That's why it's like that, Xiaomi. But I'm like, oh man, I got this for Cupcake, y'all. We about to, man. I'm y'all don't know. It don't look like I'm on nothing, but I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So I got the book too. She created a book as well. It says Princess, look at the shirt. Princess can code. Light years ahead of the game, dude. Light years. That's why I have to interview her. So look out for that interview later on today, y'all. This is her. That's Bukola, man. She's a freaking legend, dude. I told y'all I'm only running with him. I told y'all, some people probably thought I was tripping. Some people probably thought I was tripping. I'm like, no, I'm only running with legends going forward. And if I'm not running with you, hey, I'm telling you, this is it, man. This is it. Bukola Shomade, software engineer. Hey, it's on and popping, y'all. Life is, god dang, man. Do you see how incredible life can be, man? Life is incredible. All right, y'all dive into the possibilities. All right, get excited, y'all. Get excited. All right. So again, open enrollment for the Mindset Matters Institute is next week, the 25th through the 29th. We already got a couple people that wanted to get in early. I sent them the link. They're like, all right, we in. Let's do it. So I don't know. I might not even get to next week, but we'll see. But yeah, open enrollment is next week. And then yeah, and of course, go get some gear. Go get some gear. Mindset Matters More.store. Get some gear, man, because you don't want to leave home without your crown on. All right, without your crown on, turned on, tuned in. Let's go, y'all. All right. And then I have interviews lined up for next week too, man. I'm gonna also be interviewing Ernest, especially with this housing market stuff that's going on. I'm gonna interview him, and that interview will be coming up as well. But man, beautiful stuff going on, y'all. Beautiful, beautiful things happening. All right. So stay tuned to this, y'all. Stay tuned to this, man. Love you guys very, very freaking much. All right. And it's the only reason why I'm on here. And I thank God for paying me to be here, because he the one. He like, yo, I'm gonna hook you up so that you could fuel this mission. All right. And thank you to the people that's helping out, Zach, Figs, everybody that's in the institute. Mish out here, man. About to start repping the gear, y'all. Come on, man. It's on and popping. All right. It's on and popping. But yeah, love you guys very, very much. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Remember to focus on the good, and mindset matters more than anything else. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me go through some of the comments. I know I've been on here for a while, but let me go through some of the comments, man. Good morning. Lexi's legendary too, man. Lexi, dang. Lexi was on here, legendary. Crazy Legs, Chris, legendary. Yep. Dive deep. It might be a simple concept to look at something for a set amount of time, but it is not easy when we have distractions all around us. All about the concentration and focus. Come on, man. Zach, man. Zach out here saved by the bell like Zach Morris. Y'all, let's go. Let's go, man. Um, Danny, what's popping, man? Mish, what up? What up? Lexi, let's see. I remember someone telling me this. Never focus on the numbers. If you want something so bad, you won't care about the numbers. 1,000. 1,000. That's why anytime we was worried about, it was any worry about the numbers, I was upset because I'm like, y'all don't get it. I'm like, y'all don't get it, man. This is about changing lives. It's not about what, it's about changing the world, man. I'm dead serious with that. It's like some people say that, but they don't really get it. They don't get what that means. They don't get what that really means, man. It's not focusing on the numbers, man. Don't focus on the numbers. Sometimes it get me though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes it get me. Sometimes I'm like, ain't nobody watching this. What's wrong with y'all? I'm like, come on, man. I'm coming with that heat. But hey, it's all is happening in the time frame that it needs to happen, right? Um, yeah, yep. Um, yeah, the world conditions us to rely on the matrix. Free your mind, you must. He came with the matrix Yoda mix. Free your mind, you must. All right, go ahead, all ears. What's up, Meeks? Meeks, another legendary. See, but you come on, Meeks. Hey, Meeks, I see. This is somebody else I need to interview, y'all. Y'all gotta look her up. She's legendary. All right. This the man. I'll never forget this girl. This girl, we went out one day and she took me and literally I was like a backstage person at her concert, man. I look, man, I can't even I can't even begin to explain how legendary of a freaking time in life that I had in that instance. I was like, what is going on here? She went up, went on stage, started singing like freaking Beyonce or something. It was crazy. But anyway, I'm going. I told y'all I had high energy. I couldn't even shoot right today. All right. The Institute is a cheat code for the obstacle course. Chris, look at you with the quotes, bro. Yes. Yes. All right. All right, let's see. I use good whole foods to increase my vibration. Yes. Yes. Living a journey, Jenna. Let's get it. Yeah, the devil was testing you. Yeah, you are so powerful. We all are. We all are. We all are. I'm telling you, I ain't doing nothing that y'all can't do. It's all thought. It's all through thought. It's all through thought and then activating on that thought. That's all it is. And we all have that capacity. That's why I'm like, yo, I'm finna activate some people real quick. I'm finna activate some people because I want to see what their powers are. I'm so obsessed with that. You don't even understand it. I'm super obsessed with that. Um, but yeah, yeah. Grateful for you, Zach. Grateful for you, man. Yep. All right. So that was all the comments, man. Thank you guys for sharing your energy with me. Of course, as always. All right, and we'll see you next time. Anytime. Out.